Hello there, it's Friday the 19th of November. I'm Simon McAdam, the Senior Global Economist at Capital Economics, and this is my week in review. So I'm going to pick out four topics that I found to be of particular interest. Arguably the most pressing is that Turkey's central bank is at it again, bowing to political pressure from President Erdogan to deliver interest rate cuts despite inflation at 20%. Having already lost a quarter of its value this year, the lira fell by another 10% this week, which puts it firmly in crisis territory. We've written several pieces on this. Jason Tuvey, who leads our coverage of Turkey, explained how the decision to cut rates is likely to make it harder for the country to roll over its external debts and increase strains in the banking sector. Liam Peach looked back at previous currency crash episodes to gauge the prospects for the lira in the months ahead. And Shilan Shah considered EM contagion risks, arguing that they are more limited today than they were during Turkey's last currency crisis in 2018. But the debate doesn't end there. Make sure you sign up to our live drop-in event, which we will be holding on Tuesday the 23rd, where you can ask us all the Turkey-related questions you desire. So that's Turkey. The second thing I want to highlight is the surge in coronavirus cases, especially in parts of Europe. In response, Belgium, Ireland, the Netherlands, and numerous German states have reintroduced some restrictions. But Austria has just announced a full-scale national lockdown, despite having vaccinated almost two-thirds of its population. The risk is clearly that Austria proves to be the canary in the coal mine and that other European governments follow suit, adding another headwind to the economic recovery in the Eurozone, in addition to supply shortages. Thirdly, I've got to mention Chinese property again. The last time I presented my week in review, fears about an Evergrande collapse were at their height. Today, we maintain the view that financing constraints on developers will weigh on construction in the coming year. But at the same time, our China team has pointed out that property sales appear to be bottoming out. In fact, with policy turning more supportive, a cyclical rebound in sales looks increasingly likely, which should quash fears of a housing market crash in China. The fourth topic to mention is our latest analysis of how badly India's economy will be left scarred by the pandemic. For much of the world, we remain reasonably optimistic that any long-term damage to economy supply potential will be limited. But India is a notable exception, given its particularly protracted school closures and the blow dealt by COVID to its already precarious banking sector. Shilan Shah will set out the argument in more detail and will be happy to take your questions in his live drop-in event on Thursday the 25th. Finally, can I just urge you to keep your eye out for our new G7 shortages dashboard, which will be going live on our CE Interactive platform next week. We've distilled lots of data on labour and product shortages to produce some simple, composite indicators to give us a sense of whether shortages are getting better or worse in advanced economies. It'll have pretty heat maps and everything. And on that note, I'll leave it there. Thanks very much for listening. Have a great weekend.